Hello everyone, it has been a few weeks. We have missed you all. I hope that you've been doing well. I have been trying to think of something that I genuinely wanted to talk about and that I felt led to speak on, and that I had maybe some information about the topic that might be interesting. A lot of these videos are going to be just things that I have either thought about from a devotion that I've read, or a podcast I've listened to, or a sermon. Just those things that are sparked in my mind at the time. And I just want to open discussion about them. Also, feel free anytime you would like to comment, or just message me about what your thoughts are on the subject. So today I wanted to speak on motherhood. A lot of things that I read about motherhood, even like preparing to have a second baby, are specifically about the child, or about the children's relationship, or how to make the child feel cared for during the time of transition, or how to make sure to delegate your time with both of the children. And I think that those are really great. I think that those are great, and that's great content because it is important. You read all through the Bible about these moms having favorite kids, and it just causes a lot of destruction in the generations to come even. So I definitely think it is very important to focus on your children and making sure that your time is spent with both of them, and that they both know that they're loved and cherished by you, and that all of those things are coming together. But the more moms that I have talked to who are in a season of transition, who are newer moms, but even moms who have been moms for a long time, usually when you get together and have like real conversations with moms, it doesn't end up turning to the child. Now, I think obviously this is speaking from like a year and under, so only just turned a year. So I'm sure that as your child gets older, there are more things that come up that you need to really talk through, and that the hardship really is around that subject with the child. But I think in the first year, again, that's all that I can speak on, the hardest thing for the moms that I have talked to is not their children, but their spouse and the relationship that they have with their husband, and trying to figure out that huge transition. And so I just wanted to speak to the moms and say that marriage is difficult, and transitions and changes in the midst of marriage are very difficult, especially when you're taking care of your children. You're meeting their needs. And again, right now I only have one, but we're about to have two in less than a month. And so it's a lot of just having to communicate with each other, or a lot of cold shoulder moments, a lot of, emotional disconnect, because both of you are going through you're both, like you and your spouse, you're walking through the same thing, right? You both are raising a child and caring for the family, but you're doing that in different ways. And so a lot of times there will be misunderstandings that come from you both working towards the same goal, but having those different roles within that. And so, for example, like my husband, he goes to work, and he works long hours and hard hours, and then I stay here and I am working throughout the day, but my work is with our child, with household needs, with running errands, different things like that. And so when you come back, it's really easy whenever you come together at the end of the day. It's easy for both parties to feel underappreciated. And so and that's just one pocket of why it's difficult. But I did want to speak a hopeful message over that, that we can cling to God's promises even through these really hard seasons. We can steward our marriage even through these hard seasons. Even if we have a week or a month or a year that is, it seems unending with just conflicts and communication and hardship and all of those things, you have to come back to the fact that the Lord is with you and the Lord is guiding you. And one thing that has helped me and Vladdy the most, my husband, is seeking counsel. So talking to people about the things that we're going through, talking to one another, reading the Word together, praying through these things together, seeking that godly wisdom that can help us through these times. Because I think one of the most dangerous things that you can do is just become enemies towards each other and never open up about it to each other or to anybody else. Because what that does is it's like a chamber. It just brews whatever is going on inside, and that just gets hotter and hotter and hotter, and there's no release for that. There's no guidance for that. And I'm speaking to you all in the thick of it, because me and Vladdy are still learning so many things about each other, so many things about marriage, so many things about everything. And it's very complicated. It's like the hardest thing that we've ever done. And so even though it's the hardest thing that we've ever done, and I'm sure most people have ever done, I do want to give that encouragement that you can lean on the Lord, you can lean on one another, you can lean on those godly friends and counselors in your life who can just give you that hope and that push of encouragement in the midst of that. Because the biggest thing that the enemy wants to do, and I have learned this so much, I specifically learned it at our church in Nevada. The lady who was the pastor there, she said that she would always say again and again, the enemy comes to kill, steal, and destroy. Kill, steal, and destroy. Kill, steal, and destroy. And I knew that. I had heard that. But hearing her say it and just reminding us of that truth, it propelled me forward into an understanding that we are truly at battle, not against each other, but against the enemy, against the spirits and the principalities of the air that war against what God's good plan is. And so the biggest way that the enemy can come in between the Lord and us and generations to come is through attacking the family. And so I have realized, and I have failed more times than I have succeeded, at realizing that Vladdy is not my true enemy. He's not. The enemy is our enemy. Our flesh is enemy because it wages war against the spirit, and we are to walk in the spirit. And so, anyways, I could go on and on about this, but I'm going to make probably some more videos on this topic, because it's something that even through the literature or the videos or the content that I've seen that talks about motherhood and that talks about new motherhood, a lot of it doesn't talk about the marriage aspect of it. So I'm going to hopefully continue to speak on this and grow in wisdom, but I'm praying for you all, and we would love your prayers as well through all of these different seasons. But we will talk to you later. Daddy cake, daddy cake. Good job, Oni. Bye.